Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening, and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Allison Fergit. We've seen some light snow fall in the Coulee region, and we have some frigid weather on the way, so we're going to send it over to Nicole for a check on our forecast.
Yeah, we still have some light snow out there. We've really seen the brunt of that snowfall kind of move out of the area, but we were still looking at some light flurries moving through this afternoon. Taking a live look at radar right now, just some light snow out there. Really not anticipating too much more in terms of accumulation. Could get another light dusting out there. Otherwise, a lot of that snow is moving out of the area, and coming in behind it is much colder air. We're already seeing temperatures falling into the single digits up in central Minnesota. Back here at home, we're seeing temperatures falling fairly quickly, already seeing the low 20s, and most of our Wisconsin viewing area over in southeastern Minnesota seeing temperatures already falling into the teens. So it's going to continue to cool off as we go through the next few hours, and we have a decent breeze out there. Winds are blowing around 15 to 20 miles an hour. That's putting our wind chills in the single digits already, definitely falling below zero as we get later into the evening. In Eau Claire, the winds are just a tad lighter, but still definitely making a difference. Those wind chills will be falling close to -10 as we get later into the evening. Other than that, we're going to have a very cold start to the week. I'll break down how cold we'll get. Very little snow chances coming up as well, and we do have a brief warm-up coming later, but it's looking more likely that we get to see even colder weather going into next weekend. So winter is here. It's time to start feeling like it.
All right, thank you, Nicole. A large structure fire broke out at the Strupp Trucking Building in Onalaska on County Road XX this morning. According to Onalaska Fire Department, crews saw large amounts of smoke and fire coming from the structure upon arrival. Over 100,000 gallons of water were used to suppress the fire due to the size of the building. The structure was considered a total loss, but there were no injuries reported. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. And last night, a fire destroyed a home in Onalaska. According to the Onalaska Fire Department, crews that arrived to the scene found a split-level single-family home with a fire in the garage that was spreading to the back of the house. All 5 residents that were home at the time of the fire safely evacuated before crews arrived to the scene. The house has been considered a total loss. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. 2 men are dead after a basket lift incident in Galesville yesterday. The Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office said that during the initial investigation into the accident, it appeared that the 2 men were in the basket lift trimming trees. The release also said the lift fell due to its position on a slope. The names of the men involved are being withheld until the families are notified about the accident. A local state representative held a ceremonial swearing-in today. 96th Assembly District Representative Tara Johnson invited her constituents to attend the ceremony in Viroqua this afternoon. This is Johnson's first term in the state assembly after defeating incumbent Lauren Oldenburg this fall. A Wisconsin congressman will chair the House Cryptocurrency Subcommittee. Brian Stile was appointed to the role Thursday. The Janesville native will oversee mobile banking, NFTs, and setting clear crypto-related regulations. According to WPR, the crypto industry spent over $700,000 to help re-elect Stile through its PAC Fair Shake. America's largest indoor water park is solidifying its title with a new $85 million expansion set to be completed next year. The Kalahari Resort's expansion will include a water park with a new glass-enclosed retractable roof. It will include 3 new water slides, a spa, and a swim-up bar. In addition to the new water park, attractions include more food and beverage options, and cabanas will be made available to guests. Fans across the state are watching their Packers take on the Eagles today. Not too good so far, but that includes the Onalaska Legion Post 336. Their watch party at the Legion's headquarters is providing food, drinks, and games for attendees. One volunteer says his favorite part is seeing everyone come together and have fun watching the game.
Every week we always trying to do something for the community to support the Packers, and my wife and I, Kristen, we always put on a thing, volunteer, and just have a good time and watch the Packers win.
Despite the rough start, he says he is confident the Packers can find a way to beat the Eagles. I am hopeful for that too. President-elect Donald Trump, pick for Defense Secretary, prepares for Tuesday's confirmation hearing. Plus, a look at the Department of Labor's latest job numbers coming up after the break.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardians at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardians can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardians may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired, and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardians. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardians is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
There's a little over a week before President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration, with eyes turning to his cabinet picks and the Senate confirmation battles that are ahead. CBS's Christian Benavides reports.
With 8 days to go until Inauguration Day, 13 of President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet picks will face questioning on Capitol Hill this week, starting on Tuesday. Among them, his embattled Defense Secretary pick, Pete Hegseth. Republican John Barrasso is the new Senate Majority Whip.
He is very qualified, in my opinion. He has a distinguished record of service in the military. Every senator gets to speak for themselves, and they will do that.
Also taking questions this week, Trump's Attorney General pick, Pam Bondi, who is set to testify in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee.
They are not letting every legal vote count.
Bondi was part of Trump's legal team back in 2020 and spread disproven theories about election fraud.
She'll have an opportunity to answer this in front of the American people, but the answer she has given me, most definitely she is not only qualified, but she's ready to move forward in a way that the American people deserve.
Meantime, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance on Fox News was asked about Trump's recent comments.
No, I can't assure you on either of those two.
In which he did not rule out the possibility of military force for the U.S. to take control of Greenland, something the president-elect has been vocal about.
Now, look, we don't have to use military force, Shannon. The thing that people always ignore is we already have troops in Greenland. Greenland is really important for America strategically.
The president-elect is also planning a flurry of executive orders on the economy and the border once he takes office. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
A new rule from the Biden administration will prevent the 3 credit reporting agencies from including medical debt in credit reports. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau predicts that could lift the credit scores of about 15 million Americans by an average of 20 points, making it easier to get a mortgage, car loan, and other lending. The latest report from the Department of Labor shows the economy added a whopping 256,000 jobs last month, and the unemployment rate ticked down to 4.1%. Retail saw a big boost, but many of those jobs are likely seasonal hires. The Federal Reserve had already signaled plans to be more cautious with rate cuts this year, and a hot jobs report may reinforce that strategy. And Facebook is eliminating independent fact checkers. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg says his about face was influenced by the 2024 election results. The platforms Facebook, Instagram, and Threads will instead use a system similar to X's community notes, essentially relying on users. Meta will still remove illegal content. Still ahead, wildfires continue to ravage California, but firefighters are reporting progress in their battle against the flames.
And we have a very cold start to the week ahead of us. Dangerous wind chills will be possible across most of our area in those morning hours. I'll break it all down and give all the details coming up right after the break.
Wow, forest berry fudge is amazing. This is melting in my mouth.
Dill pickle? Whoa, that's actually good.
Holy fudge. This is the best thing ever.
Expressions brought to you by Valley Fudge and Candy. Find us in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, or order online today.
Do you suffer from burning pain, coldness, numbness, tingling in your hands, legs, or feet, and worst of all, balance problems? Have you been told you have peripheral neuropathy? Stop what you are doing, because there is help in a healthy way. We see physicians across the country throw a drug cocktail approach at this condition, getting minimal, if any, relief, while neuropathy progresses toward being confined to walkers and wheelchairs due to amputations and disabilities. Drugs like gabapentin, Lyrica, Cymbalta, or opioids are designed to hide neuropathy but not fix it, and often come with dangerous side effects. Finally, there's a proven path to recovery that thousands of patients just like you have experienced. Our breakthrough, non-invasive neuropathy treatment is supported by FDA-cleared technologies based on published clinical evidence, creating a 99% satisfaction rating. More exciting, our patients enjoy our home therapy to conveniently accelerate healing. If you want your health freedom back, don't choose to suffer any longer. Call now. Spots are limited to the first 20 callers. Call today so we can help in a healthy way.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
Watch top Midwest musicians compete at the Richard Record Rising Stars Concerto Competition on January 18th. The two finalists will perform their winning pieces at the Symphony Orchestra Main Stage Concert on March 1st. The 102nd annual Snowflake Ski Jump takes place January 31st and February 1st in Westby. Enjoy ski jumping, food, beverages, merchandise, bonfires, and wagon rides.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Firefighters are reporting progress in the massive battle against multiple wildfires in Los Angeles County. The two most fearsome, the Palisades Fire and the Eaton Fire, have left at least 16 people dead and left a trail of damage reaching into the billions of dollars. Laura Halify reports from Los Angeles, California.
Flying above the smoke and flames, a California Air National Guard helicopter dumps fire retardant on the Palisades Fire. As multiple wildfires continue to rage despite massive efforts over the past few days, residents are hoping to return to their neighborhoods. Avanti Prasanna grew up in the Palisades.
It's still heartbreaking, even if your house is there, to know that one of the most, what I always thought was one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in Los Angeles is just gone. My elementary school is gone. My high school is half gone. Most of my friends have lost their homes.
Heavy winds in the coming days are expected to be a major challenge for firefighters, heightening concern in the Mandeville Canyon area, a gateway to populated and iconic parts of Los Angeles, like the Getty Museum and UCLA. Like so many other LA residents, Marjan Rajabi found her Palisades home turned to rubble.
And we were asked to evacuate, so we grabbed whatever we could, threw it in the car and left. And then now returning, this is what's left. Everything is decimated. The town is decimated.
As the blazes enter the new week, California firefighters are joined in battle by those from 8 other states, Mexico, and Canada. Laura Halify, CBS News, Los Angeles, California.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is suspending some state requirements to build in an effort to help fire victims rebuild faster. Newsom signed the executive order today. For people impacted by the wildfires, the order suspends some permit and review requirements under the California Environmental Quality Act and the California Coastal Act. The order also directs state agencies to identify other permitting requirements that can be suspended to allow faster, more affordable rebuilding. And here in the Coulee region, we're seeing some snow. It's been pretty outside, but we've also have some very cold weather coming through. So let's send it to Nicole for a check on our forecast.
Yeah, we unfortunately have both a cold start to the week, and it's looking more likely that we have a cold start to next week as well. So you're going to hear the term wind chill a lot coming up in the next week, and I thought it would be a good time to explain what exactly it is and how exactly it affects how we feel when we step outside in this cold weather. So normally, as most of us know, we have that layer of heat that's being radiated off of our body, and typically this does a pretty good job of insulating us for the most part from the outside conditions. So with that layer of heat, when it's going to be 20 degrees outside and you don't have any wind out there, it's actually going to feel like 20 degrees on your skin. But once you start to get that wind out there, like we've seen it today and going into tomorrow, it really blows away that layer of heat from your body, and you no longer have that insulation, so you're going to lose that heat a lot faster, and it's going to make it feel much colder. Once it's 20 degrees outside, but you have that 20-mile-an-hour wind tacked on top, it's actually going to feel closer to 4 degrees out there. So now that we know why exactly this is happening, take a look at what we're looking like as we go into this evening and throughout the throughout the next couple of days. Already at 11 p.m., most of the area will actually be above 0 for our real temperatures, but it's going to feel closer to -8 in La Crosse, -10 in Eau Claire, because of those winds will be pretty breezy throughout most of the nighttime period, and it's only going to get colder as we go throughout the overnight. So when you're waking up in the morning tomorrow, it's going to feel like -12 in La Crosse, close to -20 in Eau Claire. Very cold and frigid conditions, and we're not really finding a lot of relief or warming as we go throughout the afternoon. Really, we're only maxing out above near -3 for that feels like temperature, -11 in Eau Claire. Some areas south of I-90 may be feeling like you're getting above 0, but most of us are staying sub-0 throughout most of the day Monday. Temperatures continue to stay very cold as you go into the day Tuesday. Similar conditions Tuesday morning. The good news is, while that colder air is sticking around all the way into Wednesday morning, we're really seeing those winds die down, so the wind chill should almost be negated as we go throughout Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning. But in conditions like these, frostbite is a very big factor, as well as hypothermia. You're going to want to make sure you're staying bundled up Tuesday morning and Monday morning. Very cold wind chills out there, making frostbite a very high risk, especially if you have any exposed skin. So you want to be bundled up throughout most of the beginning of the week. The good news is we do have a slight warm up on our way as we end the week out. It's going to only last a couple days, but it's going to be that relief that we need. Here's a look at our temperature chart the next few days. Again, very cold start to the week, getting closer to average as we go into Wednesday in La Crosse, and then by the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, possibly getting 15 degrees above average, but as you can see, we fall back down very fast, possibly getting even colder than we will be to start this week off. In Eau Claire, very similar pattern. We have been fairly steady the last couple days, have that cold start to the week, possibly seeing temperatures 17 degrees below your average high as we go into Monday, and then ramping back up, getting a little bit of a warmer end to the week, seeing temperatures getting into the mid-30s. Otherwise, definitely taking much farther below our average as we get towards next weekend and into next week. So a very cold stretch ahead of us. Winter is here. It's definitely feeling like it. Our high tomorrow in La Crosse, 12 degrees, but again, that wind chill is going to make it feel much colder than that, possibly getting into the upper 30s. Some of us maybe even flirting near 40 as we get towards the end of the week,
wow.
So that will feel great, but it's not going to last too long, unfortunately.
Such a swing, but
no,
yeah.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah, definitely want to be bundled up for the first few days of the week. Thank you, Nicole. And coming up next in sports, the latest on Green Bay's wild card game in Philadelphia, plus the Bucks look to pick up a big win in New York. Cade is in next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio.
For anybody in this region who is facing mobility issues,
I'd recommend Access Elevator because I know Jason.
The thing that sets Jason apart is that commitment, that passion for making life more pleasant. He will help you think about how to make your life easier in ways that you have not thought about.
There's no second guessing. I immediately say, call Access.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevator. Stop in and see us today.
You earn trust by making a commitment and sticking to it. By telling the heartwarming local stories with the same consistency and dedication as the difficult ones. And serving this community all day, every day. We work hard for this trust and love telling your local stories. Because we, like you, expect more. We are News 8 Now.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Wild Card Weekend is here. A bunch of great games to kick off the playoffs, including the Green Bay Packers hitting the road to Philadelphia for a game against the Eagles. Now that game is going on right now over on Fox. We're currently in the 3rd quarter as the Eagles currently lead 16-3. It might be a different game if the Packers didn't fumble the opening kickoff, giving the Eagles great field position where they would capitalize with a touchdown. Green Bay also missed a field goal. I'll have full highlights and reaction later tonight. And tomorrow night, the Minnesota Vikings will take center stage as they're set to battle the Los Angeles Rams in a game that's been moved to Arizona due to the California wildfires. The Vikings have been one of the best teams all season long, but the Rams are just one of 2 teams to defeat the Vikings this season when they got a win 30-20 back in Week 8. But it's a new season, and the Vikings know it's now or never.
Really not trying to make this week too big of what it is. Everyone knows it's a playoff game. Everyone knows that it's a win-or-go-home situation. So, I mean, it's just all about everybody being ready and being on the same page and ready to go win a game.
60 minutes to continue our season against a really good team that it feels the exact same way about it. And it's going to be as competitive as it gets and high-level football. And we've got to do the things that it takes to win the game and try to get it done.
This one's set to kick at 7 p.m. on ESPN and ABC. The Vikings currently 2.5-point favorites as the Rams are a scary team when both Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are on the field. We'll have more coverage tomorrow. In the NBA, the Bucks with an afternoon game in New York up against a tough Knicks team. Bucks trailing in the 2nd quarter. Chris Middleton trying to keep them in it. Knocks down the mid-range jumper, makes it a 5-point game, but the Knicks were hot in the first half. Campaign from deep, nothing but net. New York up 9. 3 minutes before the break, Giannis, the feed inside to Brook Lopez. That's an easy 2 points, but on the very next possession, Jalen Brunson finds Josh Hart wide open in the corner. 3-ball is good. New York up 13 at the half. Second half, Bucks trying to stay in it. Lillard's shot is off, but Giannis right there for the rebound bucket plus the foul. Bucks cut into the deficit, but New York would pull away. Hart right up the middle, throws it down. Knicks take it 140-106, the final. Tough day for Wisconsin sports fans so far. Maybe there's still time left in that Packers game. Again, it was 16-3, still in the third quarter, so crazier comebacks have happened.
Crazier comebacks have happened, but I'm not feeling too optimistic.
We need you to be optimistic. The Packers need you to be optimistic.
It's hard to be.
Win.
Though what is really frustrating is it doesn't feel like the Eagles have really outplayed us, but I mean, they have outplayed us. We are beating ourselves, though. I mean, they aren't putting on an incredible performance. We are just not able to get it together.
I mean, that opening kickoff, it was the very first kickoff of the game. Nixon was taking it back, fumbles. It looked like the Packers may have had it, but ultimately the Eagles got the ball and then capitalized on it. And ever since that, it just
we can't get any momentum going. Yeah.
Still a lot of time left. They can do it.
Fingers crossed.
Keep crossing your fingers. 2 touchdowns and they're right there. Alrighty, more news after the break.